Sci-Hub.
Chinese handsets in Western society becoming somewhat of a trend, especially as they're so good at packing their phones full of speedy tech while simultaneously keeping the price down. The Honor 6X is following the Honor 5X, which was released last year and was extremely well received. It earned amazing scores across the board for its specification compared to its cost. So with a few minor changes, Honor are back with their new Honor 6X, ready to take on the mobile phone market again. The phone is built into an all-metal unibody, meaning there is no backplate that reveals the battery. The phone screen is a 5.5 1080p display, which is large and users with smaller sized hands may find it a little hard to use. It won't give you the quality of a QHD display, but at this price, who cares? The metal body gives the Honor 6X a premium feel, especially when you put it side by side with some other plastic handsets on the market. Buttons are where they usually are, with the volume rocker and lock key both being placed on the right hand side. There is a fingerprint scanner on the back, which is unusual for budget phones, but the added security is welcomed. There is no home button on the front of the phone, instead opting for 3 touch buttons placed at the bottom of the screen which act as a home, a back and a recent apps button. Everything feels very comfortable to use and the rounded edges only helps towards that feeling. Again, the size would be the only off-putting point here. The Honor 6X ships with Emotion UI 4.1 built over the top of Android Marshmallow, which is a little disappointing considering Nougat is out now. The phone can be upgraded to Emotion UI 5 though, so there is that route to get the latest software on board. The amount of bloatware compared to the older Honor phones has been significantly reduced, which I absolutely love. It makes for a more customizable experience, giving me the option to choose which apps I would like stored on my phone. Each app, unlike other mobile handsets, is all stored on the home screen in an iOS type fashion, which will mean any Apple users wanting to make the jump to Android, or not as they're pretty much drones for Apple at this point, won't have any kind of issue getting used to the interface. For old Android users there is no menu button, but the home screen can be customized with your favourite widgets. Inside the phone you will find parent company's HiSilicon Kirin 655 chip backed up with 3GB of RAM, which for most smartphone users is more than enough to get you through your social media and light gaming needs. Running a Geekbench Benchmarks saw the phone score 789 on a single core processor as well as 3347 on a multi-core processor. This is exceptionally good considering something like the Samsung S6 Edge runs at 1343 on a single core and 3862 on a multi-core processor. One great feature and something that's been carried over from the Honor 5X is the amazing battery life. The Honor 6X has a 3340 mAh battery built in, which will easily stretch a day's use, maybe even 2 if you're careful with your usage. We managed to extend the battery without a charge to just over 24 hours with light use as well as a sleep cycle at night, and still had some juice left in the morning. Now here's the thing that makes this budget handset stand apart from its budget counterparts, the dual rear camera. The phone combines a 12 megapixel and 2 megapixel sensor to create a very wide aperture shot. It's also responsible for the bokeh effect that you can pull off with the Honor 6X. Photos are extremely bright and vivid. We had no complaints when taking pictures in well-lit scenarios. However, when it came to low light shots, you can start to see some imperfections. But keep in mind, this phone does cost under half of the current top models on the market. It's not really something worth complaining about. Video recording can hit as high as full high definition, meaning 1080p, which is enough for the screen. There is no 4K unfortunately here, which is a bit of a letdown, but still, if you're not watching it back on a 4K display anyway, you don't miss out. The video stabilization is pretty good, although you won't get the full advantage of what this phone can do unless you venture into the Pro mode. This will let you change the shutter speed, aperture and ISO levels, and you can produce some really nice shots. So why buy the Honor 6X? It's a premium feeling phone which doesn't break the bank. It offers a ton of features including a great spec to handle all of your favourite apps, and the camera gives you some pretty decent quality snaps. It's a tad more expensive than some of the other similarly spec'd budget phones out there, but in the end it's a pretty sweet budget smartphone. Thank you so much for checking out our video review of the Honor 6X smartphone. If you enjoyed our review then click that like button. Please give us your feedback on the video and let us know your thoughts on the 6X, and also let us know in the comments which budget smartphone has caught your eye, or if you're using one yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with our latest technology reviews. My name is Steph and you're watching technuovo.com.